Hello guys, I'm Nelson here and welcome back. This video is episode 6 part 2 of this series. In the last video, we started our journey into page building, and in this video, we'll consider journey into page building. So without further ado, let's dive in.
So guys, let's build out our page or our project. Remember, we're all learning how to arrange things properly and how to go about building and all that. We're not going to be adding any functionalities in this video. This video is meant to just give us an intro to page building. In the next video, we'll dive into a full project where we'll build a full company website. Now, let's look at our project. This is the file over here. And this is Figma. Figma is a UI UX software that is used to design websites, web apps, and all that. So we design it here, and then we'll move to building it with WordPress or pure coding. In our case, we're using WordPress. So after designing, we'll build out our page. And this design was made by me, just a simple design, right? So I'm going to be sharing this design to us, and the link will be in the video description. Once you get the link, you can use it to walk around the project and also follow through. It is always good to follow through and understand every step. Let's move forward. We're able to zoom in rather. Yeah, this is the this is the page for the desktop, this is for the tablet, and this is for the mobile. Now let's also learn how to place and understand things here properly. Now, typically the web page consists of a header, consists of the body content and the footer, which is same as here. We have the header, of the body content, then we have the footer. Same thing as the mobile. We have the header, body content, then we have the footer. Now for the desktop, let's zoom out. Now we have the logo, we have the menu items, we have a call to action. In this case, it's a button. Call to action means a button or a link or any element that directs a user to do something or do an action. That is basically call to action. It can be a link, but something that always tell a user to do something, right? Yes. So let's type into it. I can see that here the items are arranged horizontally, that is direction row, and we can see that it has a padding at the side here. To check the padding in Figma, hold the Alt key and hover around to see the padding. It is that simple. Just click on the object itself, you can see the padding here, which is 24, 2024, 2024, 20. I'm sure I made a mistake in that design there. The most accurate way to check that is by clicking the object itself, then hold the Alt key and hover around to see it. Currently, I use 8020, and this page is a size 1440px. So I'll make sure to set my container width to boxed at 1440px. So let's do that now. I'll go to my project here. I'll add a container. I'll just click here and flexbox. I will add this because it's direction row. Then firstly, now you can observe that it has this. There's this. Let me zoom out to see if you can see that. You can see that it has this space inside. This is padding. By default, Elementor add padding to every element. Now you can actually change this default padding. Yes, you can do that. We'll learn that in the next video. But for now, I'll just remove all this padding. Come to advanced. Now remove that. Remember, advanced specifies the setting that controls the div that the container or the widget is being wrapped in. This is the line that specifies that div. So the item, so the container or the widget is being wrapped inside that div. Now for my design here, I use 80/20, meaning 80 by 20. The left and the right of the desktop screen is 80/80. then the top and bottom is 2020 by padding. So I'm going to do that here for desktop, right? The left is 80, right is 80, top is 20, top is 20. So the bottom is 20 and top is 20. I'm going to set the value for tablet. Remember that anywhere you see this icon means you can set a different value for tablet and mobile, which I'm going to do now. I'll click on it and select tablet screen, tablet portrait. Now, tablet took the value of desktop. Why? Because by default, it's like inheritance. It inherits the value of the desktop. The nearest smallest device will always take the value of the nearest biggest device. If the value of the desktop is 20, the value of the tablet will be 20. If I change the value of the tablet to 15, then the value of the mobile will be 15. So that's the way it is until I define its own value. That's the way it is, right? Now, yeah. Now for tablet, I used I think I used 40/20. I used 40/20. Let me check that. Yeah, I used 40/20. I'm going to come over here and put a click on 40. Remember this option means all the values are linked together. So if I change one value, they'll all change together. But I want to have different values. To do so, I will unlink the values, then select for each of them. Now I set the top to be 20, bottom also 20. So just left and right is what is 40. Then now observe what happens on mobile. Mobile is now having the value of the tablet. Remember, it inherited the value of the nearest biggest device. Now I will change that to I use 24 by 20. I use 24 throughout rather. I use 24 for all the values there. So they should be all linked because all the values are the same. 24. Now I have different value for mobile, for tablet, and for what? And for desktop. One more thing, I want to zoom out back to my mass print size. It's too big. I'll come to the layout option, layout tab. Now my current content width is at what? 1140 and it's boxed. Now remember that our design here is currently 1440px, not 114. Here is 1440px. I will change that to 1440px. 1440px. Now this is my content with 1440px. For tablet, Elementor gives us units of measurement, right? Yeah. So I'm going to click on this to see the available ones, and we have extra called percentage. So I can set a percentage of my screen as a value. So I'm going to set it to be 100%. So the width of this container will be full width of the tablet screen, right? Yeah. Put 100. Okay, I'll select percentage. Then I'm going to drag this slider into it to contain 100. Same thing as mobile, also 100% of my mobile screen, and same thing 100% of my tablet screen, and also for my desktop it will be 1440px. Even though I access the site on a very big Mac or very big PC, it will always stick to that 1440px. All my content will not exceed that limit. Now we have direction rule, we have this. The gaps, for now, I don't want any gap for now. I'll just rename them to 0. And I'll rename this container to be header because this is a header, right? This is the header of the web page. Yeah. So that's it, right? I'm going to publish this. Now, firstly, I have a logo, I have menu item, and I have a CTA. A logo is basically an image, right? Yeah, it is. Just drag this in here. Wow, it's big, right? I know. Now let me select my image. Now I've already uploaded this image already in this website, but to do yours, you can always do upload file, then select the file, then check the file from your machine. For now, we'll just use my media library and select this. I have my logo. Next I need menu items. Now, Elementor have a specific widget for menu item, but only available in the Pro of Elementor. And we don't have the Pro of Elementor. Let's search for that. Let's search for menu. You see there, it has navigation menu, but we don't have the Pro of Elementor to use navigation menu. But how do we achieve that menu? So I'm going to use a widget called icon list. I'll drag that in here. Now it's aligned here. Now see, I'm using my structure, because dragging here can be a bit messy. So I like using my structure. Next, we have what? We have a button. Click on button, search for, or rather I search for button, drag that also in here, take it button here. Now I have my, now I have all the elements for my header. Now I'll just style them. To style them, first I'm going to style this menu, this icon list that will serve as my menu. Click on the pencil icon on it, or just click on it from the structure here. Yeah, I'll delete these also. I'm going to remove the SVG or the icon available for it, because my menu here does not have an icon. So I'll remove that. I'll rename this to be home. Yeah, close that. Now come to style. Now I'm not styling the list for now. Either am I styling the icon, I'm only styling the text. Now let's talk about this, what is important. Now we have typography. Typography, as the name explains, is the type settings. Click on the pen icon. We have font family, we have size, we have weight, we have transform, we have style, we have decorations. Yeah. Now let's talk about family first. Now, font family is like handwriting. Every human being have a unique handwriting. It's similar to design and development. We have numerous handwriting, but they are called family. They are called font family. We have a lot of them. And Google has a library of open source free font family. That is where Elementor and most tools, even Figma, gets their fonts from. So you can check out Google Font. To do that, you can just search for Google Font to see and select the one to see, and also select the one you might be okay with. Now let's click on this. There are a lot of them. You can see there are a lot of them. Okay, let's go down. You can see there are a lot of them. So this is where Elementor fits its font from. So currently I'm using two font family in this site. I'm using Montserrat, which is this, and also I'm using Inter for my body font. I'm using Montserrat for my button font, and also for my heading font. And I'm using Inter for my body font, and for writing. So than to always click on get the font and download every time. Instead, I just go to my Elementor and search for the font here, Montserrat, which is this now. I select that. Now it has changed, right? Yeah. Now the font size I'm using, the font size is the size of the font. Now if I move the slider, you see it getting bigger, smaller, whatever. Now I'm using 16 pixels for that. Pixel is not the ideal way for setting font in terms of responsiveness. But in this video, we'll just use pixels. But in the next video, I'll show you a better way to work with font. If you select this option here, you will see other units of measurements to use. But I'll just stick to these pixels for now. Then weight. The weight is how thick the text should be. The lowest is 100. That is, it will be very, very thin. If you go to 200, it will be light, to be extra light, until we move down to the highest, which is 900. That is the thickest it can be, right? Yeah. Now I'm using 600. That's the weight. So I'll come here and click on check 600. Transform, is it want it uppercase, lowercase, or capitalized? This is self-explanatory, right? Yeah, it is. Then we have style. Should it be normal? Should it be italic? Should it be oblique? I don't want any of them. I want just default where it is. Then decoration, I want underline, I want it overline. I don't want any of that. Apply default. I'll just click on none instead. Then we have line height. Line height is the height. Now this text now has invisible line. Every font, rather, every text has an invisible line around it. Here, it has a line around it, and this controls that line. Observe what happens to the when I increase this line. If I increase this, you see it increased. There's a line here, the line at the text here. This controls that. I will just click on none for now. No, I think I used 20. I used 20. 20, yeah, the line height is 20. Now, again, the best way to work with font is not to use px values, to use on that kind of values, which we'll get to learn in the next video. But for now, let's just use the appears value. Now I can set different values for mobile and tablet. As long as I can see this icon next to the settings, it means I can have a different value for tablet and mobile. But I will just leave this for now because from the design here, you don't have that. Here we just have the button and an icon. So we have that icon. So I'll leave that. Color is black, right? So I'll copy the color code. Remember, every color has a color code, right? For black, hexa code is #000. So I'll come back here. Now, at the normal state of the text, the color should be black. I can just drag this to the end to make it. And at hover state, when my mouse over to it, what should happen? Okay, I'll use color gold. I'll use this color. I'll use this color over here. I'll copy this color. I'll copy the color. To copy, just double click on the color that's on Figma. Then come back here. Click on this. Now at hover state, right? Hover state. I'll click on the color. Then paste that. Now once my mouse go like this, wow, it see change color. Looking good. Yeah, looking good. Then I'm going to duplicate this because I have how many items here? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll duplicate that. 1, 2, 3 extra. Now change the values about. I'll copy that. To copy, remember, then click on the content. Come here. Oh, click on paste. You can just click on this and assign icons to them. Remember that you can always assign link to the each of the value and assign icons to them. Yeah, it's cool, right? Yeah, it's cool. So if you don't have Elementor Pro, this is the best way, or this is the way to actually achieve a menu. Yeah. So I'll go back here to copy the rest of them. I'm going to paste that to this. Paste that changed. Come back here and copy that. I'm going to paste that here also. And I can add item. I don't want to do that. I'll delete that. Delete this rather. Okay, delete here. Now I have this. I'll publish that first. Now, but all these are arranged horizontally. They are inline. They are not stacked vertically. So I have to do that. Now you can see here layout. See option layout. I can change it to what inline. And this setting is specific for the icon list. Every widget have their own setting, have their own content setting, right? Yeah. I will just come to style. Then I'll give it a space between them. Let's say I want it to be 50 space between them. Now I have that. Next, I'm going to style the button. The button over here. Yeah. Now here the button here I'm using is, you can see the pattern is 16 by 24. So come to here, come to style. I'll go down. I want link. You can see that we've actually set our padding, but Elementor gave it a default padding. That radius is the curveness of the border. The border is always there, but only visible when we make it visible. And for now, by default, it is hidden, but we can change that. So to, let's say, solid, you can see, say, three, change the color to red. You can see we have, like, now it is visible now, but I don't want any border. We'll just click on none. Then the border radius specify the curveness of the border. Remember, the border is always there. So I will just remove the what the value, because by default Elementor sets a default appearance style for the part for the button, which we'll get to learn how to do that by ourselves in the next video. But for now, I'll just remove it so it is shape, so it will have sharp edges. Now the top is 16 px, right is 24, 16, step 24. Now I have this. Next I'm going to change the color. The color of this is different. The color here is this. So I'll double click that to take the hex code. I can take the ROBG code, which is this, and take the SCSS code, which is this. I can change the SL, which is this, SPS code, but I want the hex code. Copy the hex code, come back to my landing here, click on this. You can see now at the normal state. I'll click on this, then I'll paste that. Now the color, the text color, now you see here the background type is classic. I remove this, it will be the default color, but I can just click on classic to give it a defined color, which is that. Classic means you want a plain color, but if you use gradient will give you a mixture of two colors. But for now, I'll use the background type classic. Text color, I want it to be what? White. Now at hover state, that means when my mouse hover around the element, what should happen? At hover now, my text color is white. Now let's do something special. Let me go back to my normal state. I'm going to change this value to 15. Also 15 here. Then my border type, I'll give it a color. I'll give it solid. Now I'll give it one width. So it means the width of the border is currently set at 1. And if you check here, I changed it to 15 because 1 plus 15 is 16. So that is still 16 px. So it's still the same dimension, except this just changed. Except the 24 just changed. Which I'll change this back to 23, also 23. So basically it's still the same dimension. So this is 1 plus 1, 16, 1 plus 20 is 24. So it is basically the same thing, right? Here. Now I'll change the width color to this color here. I can just click on a color sampler and check the color I want, which I want is color. Then I'll pick this color that I want. Now my border color now is same thing with my background color. I can't say because it's same thing. Let me try to make it transparent. You can see it now, right? Yeah. I'll just put this back to be. Now this slider controls the background opacity. That's the see-through of the object. So I will just put it at the full with the full, I want it to be fully visible. Yeah, fully visible. Okay, why is it moving about? Now go to hover. Now at hover, what should happen at hover? So the text color should be this at hover. Yeah, I want this to be this at hover. Then I want the background to be transparent at hover. Then the border color should be also this at hover. Okay, this is now taking the color. I'll just copy this. I'll just copy the color code here, copy, come to border color, and I'll paste that. So once they hover around it, you see we have this cool effect. So if I hover around this, you see it like this. So it's cool, right? Yeah, it's cool. Now come back here. Now I will set my typography. typography, because this button has a font. So I can say typography, which I will come to typography. I'm using Montserrat for my buttons. Montserrat. Then I use the size to be 16. Same thing with this here. Something here. I'm gonna click on line height to be 20 also. Weight to be 500. Same thing. To content. Now come back to content. I'm going to come here and copy this. Come here and paste it. I have this now. I want different values for this typography for tablets and mobile. So I'm going to click on the tablet portrait, come to this pen icon for the button, click on style, go to typography. And remember, anywhere you see this icon, this screen icon next to the setting means you can have a different value for that screen or for tablet and mobile. I'll click on 15. Use 15. I'm using 18 for the line height. Remember, using px values for font is not the best way for setting font. But this video will use that. But in the next video, I'll show you how to use a better um, option for setting up fonts for more responsive designs. Now, used for the tablet, I use 14. For mobile rather, I use 14. And I'm using this 17. Let me cross check that from here. Okay, let me check this button. Okay, 17.70. That's basically the same thing. That's 17. So 17. So now I have this. I'll put this back at desktop. Now, the objects are not spaced around, and from they are designed here, all spaced the edges. Okay, to do that, I'll come back to my Elementor dashboard or Elementor design panel. Then I'll go to my parent container, which is the header here, which I named that. Yeah. Then I'm going to spread it out. Come to here and click on spread out. Recall that if you use direction rule, this justify content here will specify the arrangement horizontally. Then this will be the opposite of justify content. So this will now specify the items vertically. So I will click on center because here the center aligned. Click on center. Now we have center aligned object and now center aligned. And we have this cool, right? This is cool. This is cool, right? Okay, I want this. I don't like this yellow color again. Let me change that to this color. So I'll click on this. I'll come back to text. The hover state, I'll come back to here. I'll select this color, copy that color, come here, check here, and paste the color. So once you hover, you see this cool effect. I don't want the yellow again. I'll publish that. Okay, now we have our layout now, right here. Now let's go back to Figma and let's see what we have. Now this color of what color of this header? Currently white. Ours doesn't have a color. Ours is just transparent. The reason why we don't know because our page also is white, which will change very soon. So I'm going to give the header color white, background type of white. Yeah, so that's it now. So now our header has a color. The reason why you can see it is because the color of the header and the page is something, but we change the color of the page now. The color of this page now is currently at F. It's currently at color F8, F8, F8. That's a hex value of the color of the page. So I'll copy that. Come to Elementor, come to page setting, come down. Okay, I'll go to the style tab rather. Come to the background type, classic. Click on this color option, then paste that. Now you can see that now we have our color of, you can see the difference between the colors of the header and the color of the page. So I'll publish that. Then next up, I'm going to design Same thing also for tablet. Now for tablet, we have a different look. Tablet just has icon and this. So how do we do that? So firstly, just follow me with this. I'll duplicate this, right? Then next, I'm going to remove this. Then next, I'm going to drag a container from here inside this other container. Okay, I'm going to remove the padding in this container. Now I have this. Now I'll rename this other container, the parent container, the one that I duplicated. I will name it to um, header tab, and I'm going to drag this button inside the nested container. Containers can be nested. A container can house other container. I'm going to take this button and put it inside the nested container. We have this now. Now I'm going to align the widget or the button to the what, to the right. Come here and align it to the what, the right. Align to the right. We have this now, right? Now we have two header. Please just follow along. Now on our design here, we have an icon. So I'm going to drag in an icon inside this other container. You can see from our structure here, this container is still inside this container. It's still inside the main header and tab container as the parent container, and we have in there we have image and this other child container. Child container has a child and the button is inside the child container. So I get a bit complex, right? Here, I know it is, but just hold on with me. Now I will name this button, I'll put it BTN or BTN holder. Yeah. Y'all say CTA holder, CTA holder, CTA, CTA wrapper. I'm best, CTA wrapper is best. So this is now holding or housing the button, right? Yes. Observe what happened. Observe the icon next to the right top. You can easily tell that this is a button because you see this icon here. Okay, let me zoom in so you can actually see that. Let me drag this now. You can see this icon. Will tell you that this is a flexbox image, flexbox button. You can easily tell with this icon next to the right top or next to the text. So you can easily check that, right? So I'm going to zoom back to my screen. Now I'm going to drag in a button, an icon here. So I won't just drag it from here to here because it will be a little bit messy, like watch now. I'm trying to drag the button here to be a little bit going the wrong way. I don't want that. So I will just select the button, right? Click on plus, scroll down, icon. Then automatically it is now next to the icon, and next to the button rather. You can see there, yeah. Now the observe from here that it's aligned vertically, not sorry, it is aligned horizontally, not vertically. So I'll come to the button, the CTA wrapper, then align that direction to what row. You can see now. Then I'm going to put all the content at the what end. I have this now. For the button, I'm going to change. Sorry, for the icon, I'll change the icon to another icon. I'll click on not upload rather, icon library. Search for bar. Yeah, bar. I'll insert that. Voila. Now I have view. Now this is where I want you to pay attention a little bit. View. I can put it as stack, which should make it like this, or frame should be like this. I don't want frame, right? So I want it to be stacked. Then the shape, I want it to be what? Rounded like this. You get? Yeah, yeah, I know you do. Just click on the style. Now change the color. Now I can change the permanent color, which is this color here. You can see the color changing. Yeah. Now let's come back here and copy the color we have here. Copy that. Come back here. I'll paste that color here. Control A, Control V. That color now. That color specifies the color, the main icon color, which I will change now to white. Now the hover state, I'm going to change the primary color to, let's leave it at so the same color that we just copied, paste. So the same color, even though the hover is same color. So the primary color, I'll change that to white. So it's still this when you hover around that. Come back to normal. Now I'm going to align the icon to the what to the right. You can actually see it move because it's already pushed to the edge yet. So come to the size of the icon. I can change that size to something smaller. Let's say this is okay. Yeah, this is okay. The padding, I will leave it the way it is. Or can I adjust that? Let me just do something like this. It's okay. Rotate, I can rotate it the way it's like this, something like this, looking cool, right? I don't want it, but I don't want that. I'll just remove that. Now the border radius, that radius of these colored parts, right? I'll make it none or zero to be zero. So it to be have a sharp edge because for me here we have sharp edge. I'm going to align every item in this chart container to be what? To be vertically at the center. I'll click on this child container, then click on center. Now it's not actually in the center, that's because there is some margin at the bottom. For some reason, Elementor adds margin at the bottom of icon. I don't know why it does that. So I'll click on the icon, come to advanced, then unlink this, so unlink this also, then subtract the margin at the bottom. Now it is now okay. Subtract that by just clicking on this or just input minus something. Then I'm going to come back to the city here. I have this now. Now the space between this and this adds a gap, right? Come back to this. Now it's currently at 20, which is the default. I'm going to remove that and change it to, let's say it's 24. I have space between them. Now I have this looking good. I can publish that. Then I'm going to go to a tablet view. Okay, tablet view. Okay, I'm going to just reduce the space between them here. Let's say I want it to be 16. And then for mobile, okay, it's okay. I'll come back here and I'll publish that. Now let's look at this. We have two menu, but we don't want this other one, right? We only want the first one on desktop. We want the second one on tablet and mobile. So let's do that now. I'll come to here and I'll select the first header, which is this one that should be only on desktop. Come to advanced, come to responsive. Remember that this widget is wrapped inside an invisible div. Now, if we hide that div, every element in that div will be hidden, right? Yes. So we can hide that. So I'm going to hide this first header on tablet. So to be hidden on tablet, also hide it also on mobile. Cool, right? Yeah. Now go to Dex, and now when I go to tablet, you can see that it's hidden. You can see it's just there. You can see it on the design panel, but it's not there in the front end. And if I if I preview that, you see this, right? Now it's hidden. Now I come back. Now, on design here, we only have the button. On the tablet, we don't have the button on the mobile. So I'm going to hide this also. But I will not hide the entire container. I will only hide the button. Come here, click that, go to advanced. Remember that every widget is wrapped inside an invisible container or div. And this purple line you see over here, that is it. I'll come to responsive and hide that on mobile. So then the main header, that is the mobile header, I'm going to hide that on desktop. Do you understand? Yeah, I know it's a bit complex, but you'll come to understand as we build on. So let's check on mobile now. It's hidden on mobile. Is it there? But something is off, right? Yes, something is off. Which preview that this it is stacked horizontal and vertically, not horizontally. You always have to set it for mobile. So I'm going to the main one, the main that's the parent header. So the parent header container. Come to layout. I'm going to also again click here to be what horizontal. I'm going to adjust this containers with the full width and I'll adjust it a percentage, something like this. Let's say 50% or 50%, okay. Now I'll adjust the image. Now I will not adjust the content width, rather I will adjust the div width, the one housing the widget, that is the widget width. This I'll adjust it to what, if to be, let's say um let's this slider, say 48%. Yeah, this is okay. And let's check it now. You can see now it has this. Okay, let me adjust this with again something smaller. Let's say 40. Yeah, 40. Let's check that out. This is okay. Now I didn't actually change the width of the logo, or rather the main image. I only changed the width of the container wrapping the image. So the image only adjusted to the container. Let's preview that. This we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this. Now we just built a simple layout, right? Easy, very easy, right? It is very easy. I know it's a bit messy and look complicated, but over time you come to understand it. Now let's add a second container. I can just click now. This container now, you can see that the items in here are wrapped, that are arranged vertically, not horizontally. In this case, I'll just click on the box here. Check this out a little bit. Click on Flexbox. Now I'll remove the padding and margin by default from Elementor. I don't want that basically. I don't want that. I'm going to come to back here. The top should be 140. The right and left should be 80. So I'm going to change that now. Come here. Left is 80, right is 80, bottom is 140, top is 140. 140. Yeah, I have this. For tablet, I'm using 80 by 40. So sorry, 40 by 80. 80 by 40. So it means the top is 80, bottom is 80, right is 40, then left is 40. At mobile, I'm using 40 by 24. So I'll click 40 first. I'll change the right to 24, left to 24. Now go back to this. Now I have this. I'm going to publish that. Next, this container is having a background and also an overlay. An overlay is basically blending a color with an image, something like that. So this is a black overlay on this image, so that this text can show. Yeah. So I'll come back to edit my landing. I'll go to layout. Rather, I'll go to style, background type. I'll click on classic since I want an image. Click on choose an image. I already have that already in my site already. So I'll select that. Select. Okay, this is looking out. I'm going to come to position, center, attachment. I'll put it on fixed, meaning if I screw my screen, the image will not move to be where it is. But if I choose scroll, the image screws with me. So if I screw, it screws with me, right? Yeah, it screws with me when I screw. But if I click on fix, it just stays where it stays, it doesn't move. So even if I screw, it doesn't care. Then I'll click on repeat, I'll put no repeat because sometimes if the image is too small, it will repeat, it fill up the entire container. Display size, I have auto, I have cover, we have container, we have contain rather, we have custom. Now by default, I don't want it by default, it's always auto by default, which means it means fill, it just fill the page. But I don't want that, I want cover instead. I want cover. Yeah, I want this. I want cover instead. So we can explore these settings to just fill it, right? Just fill it, right? Then background overlay, I'm going to give you an overlay. Now I can choose the overlay to be classic or gradient. In my case, I want it to be what? Classic color. And the color should be, this is the color here. I'll copy that. Come back here. I'm going to paste the color now. So this is it. Opacity should be full. Yeah, because already it's already having what's it called, opacity already on the color. So I want the opacity here to be full because this controls the overlay. So I want it to be full already. Because if I make it very very light, I'll make it very dark. Now I have my background setup. It's from the tablet is okay, but it's okay. I can specify different values for it. As long as you see this screen icon, it means you can have different value for tablet and mobile. I'll come to my desktop screen, publish that first. Okay, click on plus. I'll drag in a heading text. I'm going to drag in again a text editor. I'm going to drag in a button, but that'll be a long shot, right? Just copy this, please. I'll paste it. I'll right click and paste. I have this now. Now let's style this. Firstly, the color should be what? White. Not this. Should be aligned at this left. Cool. Then typography, let's change that. Now I'm using Inter as my body font family. Inter. I'm using 16. I'm using 24. I have that now. That's okay for me. I'm going to adjust the width of the invisible div that we cannot see. That is this purple line over here. I'm going to adjust the width because from here it is not long enough, right? It's just like I think it's like 60% of the screen. I'm going to do that now. With the custom, now we have full width inline custom, upper custom. I'll drag it to 60%. Yeah, that's okay for me now. And I'm going to come to content. Now, I'll change the content from here. Now you observe this space, right? Now this space between this text and the text box or text editor is called paragraph height or paragraph height. By default, Elementor gives 20 px. Now we can set that value, but we'll learn that in the next video again. But to just bypass or not have this spacing, I'll click on text and just enter, just click on enter your keyboard, then to be gone. Yeah, because now it means that there is no paragraph there. Then I'll come to our Figma file, or Figma design, copy this, copy that, come here and I'll paste it. I got enter. Now you see there is no space here. But if I use the visual editor and I click on enter, you see, because it's telling this tells us that we have this will think that we have another paragraph, but I want you don't want that, and there's a paragraph height already, so we don't want all that space. So I always use the text unless I want something else, that we use the visual editor. So I'll click on remove backspace and also remove this. I want just this plain. Now let's style this. But first, let's start for tablet and mobile. So do that now. I think this is not also this is this should be 80% of the screen. So I'll change 80% of the screen. Change this to percent value. 80%. Apologies. 80% means 80% of the container, not the screen rather. The view width is of the screen. So I'll make this 80. It's okay. Okay. Then I'll go to style tab, change this to 15. And I'm going to um change this to let's say 20. It's okay. I'm going to this and change this to 14, 21. Okay, I'll think that's 15 back to 22. Okay. Okay. Now on mobile, I want this to be full width, not half or not quarter width. Yeah, it's full like this. And now let's do this. First, this is white. Make it white. Okay. Next, typography. Let's yeah. Now it's Montserrat 756.68 by line height. Size is 56 on desktop. Weight is 700. Family is Montserrat. I'll click on more this. Okay, let me go to the desktop first. Click on this. I'm going to click on Montserrat. Search for Montserrat. Then make it 56. Then the line height is 68. The weight is for 700. Then for the tablet, I'll come back here and check tablet, which is okay 4858.5. Okay, let's say 59, right? So it's 48, then 59. I'll change this to what? To px value. In the next video, we'll dive into a better way to set font. But for now, let's change to px value. And let's change to 59. Then for mobile, 40, 48, let's say 40, 49, 40, 49. So we have that now. I'll come back to my desktop, change the value to welcome to our space as there. Paste that. We can have link and other, but I don't want that for now. HTML tag. Now in HTML, that's coding, we have HTML heading tag. We have from H1 to H6. The higher the number, the lower the text and the lower the priority. For example, H1 is bigger than H2, H2 is bigger than H3, H2 is bigger than H4, H4 is bigger than H5, H5 is bigger than H6, and H6 is the lowest, the minimum. That's the way it is. So semantically, this text now in the HTML, this is H2. I don't want that. It should be H1 because H1 should be the main text on the site. In the HTML document, this is now H1, not H2. So how do we check that? Let's go back here. Then I'll right click on my mouse. Let's click on inspect and we get this. Voila, yeah, we get this. Now let's check for this heading. I'll click on this, search for it, just click on here. You can see now it's now H1. You see here over is H1. All this here is what we should have written. So, but we just drag and drop stuffs here and we have already built all this. Instead of writing all this code, we just drag stuffs and we have built all this that we are seeing here. Yeah, is that cool, right? Yeah, it is that cool. So let's go back to this guy here. Now, observe from here that this width is a bit longer than this because this width here is currently set at 1440 px and this is set at the default from Elementor. So let's change this back. Let's change this our default width or to our own width rather. Click on this container here and layout C, put it at 1440 px. Desktop and tablet should be what? 100%. Okay. Same as mobile. Check that out. Let's check a tablet screen. This is on tablet. Looking good on tablet. And a mobile screen. Sit on mobile. Looking cool, but something is still off, which is this arrangement here. Now, if you check this here, imagine here is different. Now let's click on this text. Then hold the Alt key and hover up. You see 16 at the top. Click on the button and hold the Alt key over. See 40. So we have 40 margin below the text and we have 16 margin above the text for the desktop. But for the tablet, we have what? Okay, sorry. For the tablet, we have what? We have 16 above and we have 40. Okay, that's the same thing. For the mobile, we have the top is 8, the bottom is 24. Let's effect that now. Come back to the design panel. I'm going to first set for the mobile. Now, by default, we have space already. Do we want that? No, we don't want that because that's Elementor default space. So I'm going to come back here and remove this value. Now you see it is now black. I'll click on the text editor, come to advanced, remove this. Margin top is 8, bottom is 24. Now go back to the desktop. I'm going to remove same thing. I'm going to remove let me drag out my structure. Okay. I'm going to remove this gap again. It's tighter. I will click on the editor, then remove the margin and padding, then make the top 16, bottom 40. Now remember that we have inheritance. The nearest smallest screen will take the values of the nearest biggest screen. Now, since I have changed this value and did not change the value for tablet, the tablet will then take up or inherit the sizing of all the values of the desktop. Let's check that out. Click here and you see it has the values already. And from our design, the same values, right? So we just publish that. And now we have this. So we have looking good, right? Yeah. Remember, this video is meant to just give us the idea on how to place and arrange things, not to add any functionality or any at all. So we have built our first container. Let's name it hero. Yeah, hero. Now we have this publish that. Let's drag this now. Let's see what we have next. We have 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Then this to be your task, your assignment. So please do it. And once you do it, any challenge you encounter on your way, you can always comment the issue in the comment section below or reach me in my private DM. I'm always available to answer any query. I'll share my socials in this video description. So always reach out. I'm always available to respond to you. So please do the task. It is best to learn by practicing. So I'll come to here. Now I will set up this now. Now, firstly, I will check the spacing. By doing that, I will hold my Alt key, then I'm going to hover around that. I have 100, I have 80. Then at the bottom, the bottom, which is this, I have 100 also. So I have 100 at the top, 80 here and 80 here. And this is shrinked, or it is shrinked. So it means we have to reduce the widget width of this. The div housing the widget, I have to reduce the width of it, right? Yeah. So I'll copy this first. Now I'm going to drag in header. And by default, Elementor already puts my header in a container, and I want that. So then I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste that here. So it is white. I will change the color to something else, which is this color here. Style. And then have that. Next, I'm going to align the center, but I changed the alignment to center, but only the content changed. Yes, remember that this setting, content and style, is only changing the content of the widgets, not the widget itself. So to do that, I will only come to advanced, then change it to align self, what? Center. And this time we align at the center because this way I can control the div housing the widget. You get? Yeah. Next, I'm going to style this heading. Click on this, come towards style. First the color. Color here is navy blue. Copy this color. Okay, that's it. Next, the font family is Montserrat. Okay, the font size is 40 and the line height is 48. Weight is 600. So size is 40, line height is 48. Remember, there's a better way to do font setting than this I'm doing now. Then tablet, I think it's 32 I used. Yes, 32, 39. Mobile, 28, 34. So 32, 39. Mobile, 28, 34. We have that. Okay. What else do I need to do? Okay, I need to change the value of this. Copy that. Who are we? Who are we? Go to here and paste that. Since there is no screen icon here, it means that this value change here will be universal for both tablets and desktop. I'm going to align this at the center. Yeah, the center. That's the content of the widget. Remember, right? The widget is basically full width. You can see the purple line here means it's full width. Then this, okay, next I have to change this. This is having the same font size as this. So I'm not just, but different font family. This is 16. So first here is that this is Montserrat and this Inter, and this color is different. I'll just duplicate this. Okay. Now come to text. I'll copy this and I'll paste that here. Control V. I'll enter. Now I'll just remove the marginal padding, put 0, padding 0. I'm going to align it at the end. Sorry, at the center rather. That is the widget. The widget with that is the div housing the widget at the center, but the content to be aligned at the end. Come to the style, content, the end here. Yes, yeah, you do. I'm going to change the color to be this color. Sorry, first thing I'll change the font family to Montserrat. Montserrat. Change the font weight to 600. Color should navy blue. Copy the color code. Come to text color. That I have this now. Cool, right? Yeah, cool. Let's move that. We have this. Okay, you can see it. You can see it. Okay, now there's too much spacing around this. It's not what we want. Let's check that out. Here we have 40, and here we have 41. Okay, let's make it 40, 40. So 41, 40. Let's make it 40, 40. Now, since they're the same value, I can achieve that with using gaps, using margin directly. I'm going to come to this text editor here, remove this here, 0, 0. So I can set the same gap between them. I'll come to container, that's one housing all of them. I'll remove any linked, any default polynomial margin, which there is from Elementor. I'll come to layout and I'm going to change this to 40. Now the space between them is now 40. I'll come back to advanced. Then the left is 80, the right is 80, bottom is 100, top is 100. Now I have this layout. We check my tablet, come over here. Now the space between this is 32 yes, and 24. Okay, what about this? Space between here is 24 and here is 24. So 24, 24. So only the tablet is having 32 and 24. So than to use gap, because gap will give them equal spacing, I'll remove the gap first. Come to advanced, then remove the gap first. So they have that no gap at all. Come to the pencil icon here, remove this. I'm going to give this up 32, then the bottom is 24. But I'm seeing some spacing on the text. What's that? That is paragraph spacing that. I'll come to text here and move that first. It is now like this. Come back to advanced and make it 24. Come to mobile. Mobile, they are both mobile here. I don't want the bottom 24. I'll move the bottom 24. Sorry, 24 to 0. Then the top to 0. From the design, there's the same spacing between the elements here. Because check it here, you can see that we have the same. I see here the gap 24. And check that. Let's check that 24. 24. So I'll be that now. I'll come here and I'll click on what? 24. And now the padding here is very wrong. What we have here is 40 by 24. Check that out. 40, that's be 40. And this is 24, 26. Wow, I have an error there. It should be 24 by 40. I'm going to come here and just click on 24 first. Then change the top to 40, bottom to 40. I have this. Now remove this. I'll remove this text margin to 0. Yeah. the tablet, I'll change it to what is for tablet. I use 40 or around that. Yeah, I use 40 around that. This is 40 around that. So it will be 40. Since they are the same value, so they'll be all be linked to 40. So that's it. We've done the second container. So I'll name this who are we? Sorry, who are we? Yeah. With this naming structure, I usually know that this is my header, this is my header for mobile tablet, this is my hero, and this is my Huawei section or Huawei container. And by the icon next to the text, I can tell that this is a container. I'll publish that. So I'm going to come down. Then next we have this. We have this. We have this now. Okay, now we can tell that we need a grid container for this. So we can use a flexbox container to house the entire objects. Then we can use a grid to achieve this particular design. Come back here. First, I'm going to click on the flexbox, align it to the, and then choose the alignment to what? To direction vertical. Remove every margin and padding. Changing the left to 80, change the right to 80, change the top to what? The top is to what? What is the top? The top is nothing. Yeah, top is nothing. Top is nothing. Yeah, top is nothing. Okay, one thing that I forgot to do is come back here and change the width to be 1440. I know I keep forgetting that. Okay, I'll come back here. Okay, this is called what we do section. Let me name that first because I think my having more containers now. Let me name that first before I move forward. Okay, now let me define the pattern for tablet and mobile. 40, 40. What do we have at the top? We have here 2440. So the top is 24, 24. Then for mobile, it's 24 throughout. Yeah, 24 all rounder. Am I sure? Yes, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm very sure. So we have that. Let's firstly, I'm going to copy this, paste it here, and align it at the words left. I'll copy this, I'll paste it here, align itself to the words, align itself to the start. And I'm going to align it to the left. So I've aligned the content and also aligned the div housing the widget. Now let me change the content. I'll copy this and paste it here. Click on enter. Now I'll move that space. Now I think this is longer, so it should be like 80 or something like 90. So I'll change it to, let's see that. Okay, I think it's too much. It's too small. Let me make it 85. Okay, that's it for there. Now next, let's add the button. Now I will skip this part first. That is this grid part. Yeah, and add the button first. I'll copy this button. I'm going to paste it. Yeah. Always check your structure to see that these items are actually aligned properly or arranged properly in the right container. I'll align this to be at the center here. I think that's it. I'm going to drag in a grid in between the text and the button grid. Yeah. Now already it gave me a structure which I already want, which is the 3 by 2 But I don't want the padding and margin around it, and I don't want default gap which came from Elementor. So I'll change that. From here, I have mine, and mine is 40 by 56. So the vertical gap is 40, at least the row gap. The column gap is 55. So I will change that now. First, come to grid. I will link them. The row is what? The row is 40, and the this is 55. So I have this now. Also, I have my structure, but from tablet, it should be 2 by 3. So I'm going to change this to what? 2, column is 2, row is 3. For mobile, it's just 1 by 6, and the gap is 24. For tablet, I think it's 24 by, for tablet is 24 by 24. Yeah, tablet, this by tablet. So I have my structure already. It's having margin. Move this for now. I don't want margin for now. I can change later, but for now, I don't want it for now. So I have my structure, and Elementor gives again give the main container, the parent container gap. Always move that. I don't want that. So I have my layout. Even though they are all squished together, I can easily change that later. Now let's add our content. On a plus icon. There's a widget called icon box, which I will use to achieve this design. I'll drag that icon. I'll search for it now. Icon box. It's free. It's free. Yeah. Do well to go through Elementor documentation and go online and go through all the widget. Just drag and drop things. You can always redo. You can always Control Z. You can always go to history from here and see what you've done so far, and then remove or go back to where you're okay with. So it is just easy. There's not really an error in Elementor. You just keep on trying things until you get it right. So I'll come back to click on this to get back here. Now, firstly, this is having a background and a border radius. You can see it here. The border radius is 16 and the pattern is 24. Color background is white. So I'm going to change that now. Let's do that. Oh, we don't have the option here. Yes, we don't have the option there. But remember that this widget or this content is wrapped around another div. So we can manipulate that div to get our design. Look at this purple box over here. They customize that to get our design. Come to advanced, go to background. You can see sometimes you see this set, you see background in style and also background in advanced, because advanced background controls the div that the widget is being wrapped in. Come to advanced, put the color to white, paste. It also has a border setting also. I'll make it 16. 16. Yes. Then lastly, I'm going to change the padding. I'm going to layout, then the padding. So we have this now. Cool, right? Cool. Let's change the content and style. Let's go to style first. Now this icon position tells if the icon should be aligned at the edge, at the right, should be at the center, whatever you want to choose it at the bottom. For now, I'm here at the top. I'll leave it the way it is, just the way it is there. It can be aligned the waist like this, center, this, or like this. I don't know. But for now, I'll just leave that center the way it is now designed, right? Yeah. Spacing around it can be spacing. For now, just for here, we have what spacing around here is 32. 32. For mobile, same thing. Mobile and tablet, same thing. So same thing. So icon, okay, I can increase the icon and decrease it. Let's leave this for now because we're going to add our own custom icon to this, not the one from Elementor. Then content,
Let's work on the content. Firstly, the color, the title color, copy the color, Control V that. Now the typography settings, I'll click on the pen icon. For desktop, 24 by 29 line height, 20 by 24, then it's 18 by 22. That's 29. 21.9, that's T22. So firstly, Montserrat is the then 24, then it's forgotten. Let's check that out. Forgotten. Okay, 29. So 29, then this is 20, and this is 24, then this is 18, and this is 22. So what is the line? What is the weight? 600. 600. 600. Now we can change the transform to uppercase to be like this. Yeah, we have this now. Cool, right? Yeah. Let's change the right up. It's enter size is 16 px. The line height is 24. For this is 15 px. Make it 22. For mobile is 14 px. Make it 21. Let's go back here and let's first publish this. Let's go back to desktop. Let's change the icon. I'll put the icon because this icon is now available in Elementor. It's not. So I'll put my icon. Upload SVG. Now I have it already in the site. Click on store and start. You observe that the color changed because it is not using the color of Elementor. It bypassed the color. So you can only change the color of icons if the icon is from Elementor. So we have this now, right? We have this cool setting. Now for here, we have space from the text to the title. Let's check that out. 16 px. Okay, 16 also. And 16. So let's change that. Just put 16. That is the content space in 16. Okay, lastly, I think the color is not same as. It's not same with us. I copy the color. I'm going to paste the color of the, yeah. Then the icon size, I think this is 69. Okay. On tablet, I think we have changed that. Okay, on tablet. Mobile. Okay, on mobile. But I think this space here is too much. What do you think? I think this space is too much. Let's just do 24. Yeah, it's okay. I'll do 20 is okay. Like it's better. Same here. I can leave the spacing like this or desktop or mobile tablet. I prefer it smaller like this. Yeah. Publish that. I'll come here and copy all this. I'll copy. I can change the content from here. Remember, content, change the content. Paste that. Then service, copy that. I'm going to paste it also. That's all, I'm done. Now I can just duplicate all this. Duplicate until it fills the entire 6 colors available. And voila, I have all my settings. I have all my design just done and published. Yeah, now it's looking cool, but they are all tight, right? They're tight. Let me change space between them. It is too tight. So here we have 16 at the top,
40 here, 40 here. For tablet, yeah, I think it's the same thing here. 40 here, 40 here, 40 here. Okay, same thing. How about mobile? We have 80 here, 40 here, 40. Let's take that now. So here is having what? Here is having 16. This is the same thing for tablet and desktop. I already inheritance handle is for tablet and desktop. I only change the value for mobile. Okay. Then for this, since it's 40 ultra, I'll make this at the top 40, bottom 40. Inheritance will handle the rest for us. Here or 40. But I think this is still too much. I don't like this space between here. It's too much. I'll make 24 and bottom can be 40. Yes. Now I have this. I would publish that. Let's view what we've done so far. Now this is on mobile on iPhone XR. iPhone 12 Pro is like this. iPhones Pixel 7 like this. Samsung S8 Plus is like this. On iPad Air it's like this. On iPad Mini it's like this. Looking very cool, right? And sharp. One more thing, let us check if our content this is I said it, if our weight is 1440. Yeah, let's publish that. So let's look at it and responsive and 1440. Now we have this, right? Looking very, very cool. Now one more thing, let us then just change this text to what we do, not who are we. So what we do, publish that. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, cool. Now let's do the last section for this tutorial, and you have to do this one. So I'm going to share this file in the video description. So let's do this. Now this has two containers or two layouts. One, two. So it has two containers. It can be an image or a container, but I'll prefer to use a container for this because I want to scale accordingly to this. So I'll use two containers here. So instead of using an image in a container, I'll rather use two containers. This has to be in a container, and this can be an image or a container, but I will use a container for this because I want it to scale accordingly to this. And let's check that out. I'm going to add a layout. I'll use this because I want side. Now I can easily add one of Elementor pre-built layouts like this one. So I want a double layout, something like this. But I don't want to do that. I'll just click on this. I'm going to remove all this. I'll copy this setting here and paste style because I'll paste just the style of that container. I have the style. I'll publish that first. Then I'll look at it. Now, since I paste the style to take audio setting of that container, meaning this now will be direction vertical. I'll change it to horizontal. I don't want vertical. So I'll drag in a container inside here, then duplicate that. So now let's work around this. I'm going to copy this I'm going to paste that. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy this. Simple. I'm going to align this left. I'm going to increase this to it. Let's say 80. For tablet, I'm going to take it to the fullest. Mobile, I'm going, okay, mobile 100%, tablet 100% also. Now I have this. Okay, I think I prefer this design here compared to the one I did on Figma. I did this on Figma. I'm going to change this design a little bit. No, let's stick to that design. Yeah, let's do that. But I'm liking this structure compared to this structure. Huh, let's just stick to our structure, right? Now, firstly, I'm going to remove, let me come to the desktop. I'm going to remove the padding around this. I don't want that. Also remove the what? The gap. Remember, I'm just styling the inner container. That is the child container of the main container. This is the main container, right? I'm only styling the inner container. This one. This is the first one here, second one here. Get, so this is the first one here, second one here. So now I'm going to drag this, check this out. Now the space from this place to here, I'll check that. And that's 85. Here is what? 85 also. So if I set the padding or margin on this container here, this other first container will scale accordingly to fit up that. So I'll click on padding bottom 80. Observe this one. So this one scales to beat up. Then top also 80. Same thing, scale to meet up. But if I mistakenly set this to, let's say, top, it won't scale anymore. But if it's at stretch, it will scale. Now, do you understand? If it's at end, it won't scale anymore. It will not scale. If it's at center, it won't scale anymore. But since it's at stretch, it will this will scale. Now I am not setting, or I'm not actually setting up the first container, the first inner check container. I'm just setting the main container. This, remember that this aligns them what? This aligns the content vertically. Since this is justifying the content horizontally, this aligns them vertically. And since they are stretched, so it will try to stretch itself across the container, right? So every item in this container will try to stretch itself inside the container. So please understand this. As you move along, you come to understand this for sure. Just practice make perfect. Now let's move forward. Now, what is the gap between these two? 16, 40. Wow. I don't have to actually do anything there anymore. What's the gap here? 24. And let me adjust this. Now let's design this for tablets. Click on the main container, which is this. I'm going to click on tablet view. Now this is aligned vertically, right? Come to this, now do vertical alignment. My design here, this image should be at the top of this if we are to arrange it vertically. So, but we don't want that because the image here is in between the heading and the text. So I'm going to hide that. Responsive, hide on tablets and hide on mobile. Okay. Now next, the main container. I'm going to remove every gap there. Then next, this second container here, that second child container. I'll move the pattern there. So to be like this, I'm going to drag in an image widget inside here. That's it. I'll give it a height of 24, 2 to 6 rather, and the width should be full width. I want a full width. So I want the image to actually fill up the entire space given. object fits cover, the position is center. It has a radius of 8. So 8 radius. Remember, I'm doing this for tablets, right? So I have this now. I have this value set for mobile. Let's say on mobile. Okay, on mobile also. We have this for mobile. So if you check this now, you have this. We have this on tablet. Then we have this on desktop. And let's go back to our design here and let's check out the what? The margin. We have 24 here, we have 16, and we have 40. We have 8, we have 16, we have 24. Let's work on that. Firstly, the mobile. We have top here having margin of 8, so the 8 is 8 px between the text and the image. And here we have it at the top and 24. So we have this. And let's check out the um, tablet. Tablet here we have 16, 24, 40. So I'll put the margin here. So the top is 60, 16. Then for the text is 24. Then at the bottom is what? 40. So I'm going to hide this image on desktop. Is it hidden on desktop already? Responsive, hidden on desktop. Yes. So it's only visible on tablets and mobile. Come to desktop screen now. I'm going to then give this other container, that is this one here. I'll give it a radius of 8 and also add a background image. Radius that will be under star, border, radius of 8. 8. Then I'm going to give it a background. Classic image is into what? Cover. Repeat, no repeat. Attachment, leave it the way it is, or you can leave your scroll. Then position, center. That's it. And we have our layout coming to life, right? Yeah, it is coming to life. Then what do we need to do next? What we need to do next is give it space or gap between this container and this container. And what do we have here? We have 46. We have 46. Come here. So it's the main container, right? I'll go to this. Then column gap 46 now. We have a space between them. Then for tablets is 0. Next up, let's set the image for this. Click on choose image. Then this is the image. Okay, we have this now. Let's check it out. So we have this looking cool, right? Okay, let's publish that. Come back to our desktop. Okay, now from design here we have color, and this padding is 80 throughout. In here is 40 throughout, and here is 24 throughout. Let's do that now. This first padding is what should be linked together, so it's 80. Tablet is linked together, should be 40. Mobile should be 24, which has been done because we copied it, right? Yeah. Back to desktop, change the style to white. Remember, I'm styling the main container, that's the parent container. It's done now, so we're done. What else? Now let's give it margin. I think from here to here is 39.9. That's basically 40. Let's make it 40. Mobile. Okay, this is desktop. This is the desktop should be 100. Tablet should be 40. Sure, it's Mobile should be 40 or so. It's already there. Is it? Mobile should be 40. That's 9.9, that's really 40. Okay. And then let's view it here. Wow. So yeah, we just built this simple layout. Oh, one more thing. There's no gap between these two. Let me set a margin on these text. Come back here. I think what we have, I think it's 40. It's 40. It's 40. 40. So I'll do that now. 40. Okay. Now this is looking really nice. So we have our design. So guys, that's basically page building.
Welcome back, guys. So this is the end of this episode. In this episode, we covered page building. In the next episode, we will start a live project from scratch. Yes, guys, from scratch. So stay tuned. Guys, I know you are finding this series helpful so far. Please kindly share, like, and subscribe. It will help me and this channel grow. Thanks for watching. Bye.